To most people, it is just a convenient little black box to binge your favorite shows on a lazy Sunday afternoon. You would be dead wrong. What if I told you that Apple is secretly preparing to drop a literal Trojan horse right into the middle of your living room? There is a massive, industry-shaking hardware refresh on the horizon, and this refresh completely rewrites what this device is meant to do. Honestly, absolutely no one saw this coming. I am talking about a shift so fundamental that it will change everything about how you interact with your house. It is going to make your current 4K model feel like a dusty old VCR blinking 12 o'clock at midnight. Do you remember the very first time you held the original iPhone? You swiped the screen, and suddenly realized it was not just a cell phone, it was a literal pocket computer. This is that exact same mind-blowing moment all over again, but this time, it is for your television. I know what some of you are thinking right now. We have heard these Apple TV rumors for 3 long, agonizing years. Every single time an Apple event rolls around, we get our hopes up, we grab our snacks, and then we are handed another slightly different Apple Watch band instead. But here is the massive thing that changes the game today. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, and several highly accurate supply chain reports, just handed us the smoking gun. Apple is hiding a massive, undeniable reason why you will absolutely need to buy this new box. I will reveal exactly what that hidden, top-secret payoff is, before this video is over. The current Apple TV you can buy today is running on the A15 Bionic chip. That is the exact same brain that powered the older iPhone 13 generation from years ago. Sure, it handles your 4K movies just fine. It handles your late-night YouTube binges without much trouble at all. However, the entire technology landscape has violently shifted overnight. The ground has cracked open underneath Apple's feet. The conversation in the tech world is no longer about just streaming pretty pixels to a flat screen. It is entirely about on-device artificial intelligence. Apple Intelligence is the brand new standard. It is the mandatory new baseline for everything Apple makes moving forward. The problem is that the A15 chip simply does not have the horsepower to run it. It cannot handle these massive AI models locally. Trying to run modern artificial intelligence on an A15 is like trying to put premium jet fuel into a rusty lawn mower. It is just going to sputter, smoke, and eventually, it will completely die on your front lawn. Apple desperately needs a box that can process complex AI, without relying on a server farm. This is exactly where the story gets truly insane. Supply chain leaks are pointing to something that sounds like an absolute joke. They are talking about putting the A17 Pro chip inside this new Apple TV. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is the exact same class of ridiculously premium silicon inside the iPhone 15 Pro. Putting an A17 Pro in a television box is an absolute flex by Tim Cook. It shows the terrifying strength of his engineering team. This chip brings a massive, lightning-fast neural engine directly to your home. It also brings a staggering 8 GB of RAM, right into your living room. To put that in perspective for you, the current model only has 4 GB of memory. This massive leap in raw, unfiltered power is the ultimate proof. It proves that Apple Intelligence is officially coming to the biggest screen in your house. But why would Apple do this? Why put a ridiculously overpowered, highly expensive chip into a small streaming puck? Why not just use a standard A16 and call it a day? The answer to that specific question is going to change your life. It will change how you interact with your entire house. Let us be completely honest about Siri for a minute. Right now, using Siri on your Apple TV is a literal test of your patience. It is a test of your blood pressure. You hold down that button on the silver remote and ask for something incredibly simple. You ask it to rewind 10 seconds. Half the time, it completely ignores you. Other times, it thinks you want to listen to a 1980s hair metal band at maximum volume. It is incredibly frustrating for any grown adult. You just want your expensive technology to actually work. With the A17 Pro, this device is laying a brand new foundation. It is preparing for the massive launch of tvOS 27 at WWDC 2026. This is exactly when Siri gets a much-needed brain transplant. Because the A17 Pro has such a robust neural engine, everything will change. Your voice requests will no longer be sent over Wi-Fi to a server farm. They will not go to a desert somewhere in Nevada to be processed. They will be processed instantly, right there on the device. The little aluminum box will do all the heavy lifting. It will recognize the subtle difference between your voice and your wife's voice. It will do this with absolutely zero hesitation. It will finally understand complex, multi-step context. You can say a long, rambling command, and it will actually understand you. You can say, "Siri, show me that intense action movie we were watching last Tuesday," and dim the living room lights to 20%. It will just happen instantly. There will be no loading wheels. There will be no robotic apologies saying it did not understand. It is going to feel like absolute magic. But as incredible as a genius Siri sounds, that is not the only reason for this massive change. Apple is not just throwing pro-level silicon at your TV for simple voice commands. Let us talk about the nervous system of your smart home. This is where the real daily stakes are. Your Apple TV acts as the primary brain for your entire HomeKit setup. If you are a homeowner, you probably have smart locks. You might have a smart thermostat and high-definition security cameras. You want those camera feeds to be smart. You want them analyzing people, cars, and stray animals instantly. You want to know the exact second a delivery package arrives on your porch. The older Apple TV chips often choke on this massive amount of data. They stutter and freeze when handling heavy video feeds. But with 8 GB of RAM, things are entirely different. The new neural processing power makes your Apple TV a digital fortress. It will seamlessly handle Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6 connections. Do you remember the old days of tech frustration? You would constantly unplug and reset your internet router, just to stop a football game from buffering in the fourth quarter. Those frustrating days are completely dead. Wi-Fi 7 means absolute zero latency. Your smart locks and your high-definition cameras will be lightning fast. Your lighting rigs will communicate through new protocols with bulletproof reliability. Honestly, having a smart home that does not randomly fail on a Tuesday is worth the price of admission. It is great to know your home is safe when you are 1,000 miles away on a beach vacation. But here is where Apple is about to violently blindside the entire industry. I know what some of you are thinking right now. You might not care about building a nerdy smart home. You might just want to sit down, eat your pizza, and watch your movies in peace. Well, you better prepare yourself. Apple is secretly turning this little streaming box into a stealth gaming console. It is going to be a high-end machine. The A17 Pro chip was the very first piece of Apple silicon to feature hardware-accelerated ray tracing. If you are not a hardcore gamer, let me explain why this matters to you. It means the lighting and shadows in games will look incredibly lifelike. The reflections in the water will mirror real-world physics. We are talking about massive blockbuster titles. These are PlayStation and Xbox-level games. They will run natively, right there on an Apple TV. You can pair a controller to this thing, kick back on your couch, and suddenly, your living room is a high-end gaming arcade. But there is a massive contradiction here. It is a huge problem that Apple absolutely has to solve. You simply cannot download a massive 40GB game onto a tiny hard drive. The current 64GB base model is a total joke. It is like trying to park a heavy military tank inside a tiny bicycle shed. Apple has been incredibly stubborn about storage space for years. They kept the base models purposely low to protect their massive profit margins. But if they are pushing console-level gaming, they must change. They must bump that base storage to at least 256GB this year. If they do not upgrade the storage, this entire gaming push is dead. It will be a massive failure on arrival. The hidden payoff is not just a faster menu screen. It is not just about playing a cool video game with ray tracing. The real payoff is total and uncompromising privacy. By putting an A17 Pro chip in your living room, Apple gives you a vault. It is a localized, impenetrable AI vault. Big tech competitors like Samsung and Google are built differently. They are constantly sending your voice data to the cloud. They analyze your late-night viewing habits and your smart home routines. They do this to monetize your entire life. Apple is doing the exact opposite. Apple is keeping every single byte of that data completely safe. It stays locked inside the aluminum walls of your own Apple TV. You are not just buying a faster streaming device for Sunday sports. You are buying a dedicated, digital bodyguard for your family. That is the true value of this device. That is exactly why this upgrade is absolutely mandatory. You need it if you actually care about protecting your personal data from the highest bidder. We are living in the modern age of artificial intelligence. We might even see this new box in a brand new color. Maybe they will release a tactical desert titanium version to match the fancy iPhones. Kidding aside, the stakes for this product launch are very real. They are incredibly high for the company. If Apple gets this hardware right, they win. They will absolutely dominate the American living room for the next entire decade. If they fail to deliver, they will be left behind. They will be choking in the AI dust. Honestly, this change is huge. It changes the way we think about the television. So, here is my specific and direct question for you today. Are you going to buy this absolute beast on day one? Will you buy it just for the raw power of the A17 Pro? Or are you holding off to see the software first? Do you want to see what tvOS 27 actually brings to the table? Tell me the exact month you think this device drops. Write it in the comments below. I am going to bookmark this video, and I will pin the person who guesses it right when this box finally launches. Stay sharp out there, and watch for the news. I will see you in the next